Beneath the surface of our planet's vast oceans lies a primal force, an unrelenting chaos sculpted by wind, pressure, and gravity. For centuries, mankind believed the sea was mapped, predictable, tamed by science. But then came the phenomenon that laughed in the face of logic, the rogue wave. An uninvited monster born from the sea itself. Sailors once whispered of them as ghost stories, tales told under flickering lanterns to keep men awake through stormy nights. They spoke of walls of water taller than cathedrals, rising out of nowhere, swallowing entire vessels. Only now do we know, the legends were painfully real. They were warnings, ignored for generations. In the early hours of winter, sensors on buoys began to record the impossible, single waves towering over 100 feet, appearing where the sea had been calm just minutes before. Science scrambled for answers. What invisible force could conjure such monstrous walls of water in an otherwise tranquil ocean? The data was chilling. These rogue waves struck without pattern, without mercy, no storm or earthquake to announce their arrival. One moment, silence. The next, devastation. For those caught in their path, it was as if the sea itself had turned sentient, lashing out in an act of unimaginable power. In 1995, the Draupner oil platform off Norway recorded what became known as the Draupner wave, an event that shattered marine physics. Instruments confirmed a single rogue crest over 85 feet high, arising from average waves barely half that size. The ocean had rewritten the rules overnight. To engineers, it was supposed to be impossible. To sailors, it was confirmation of every whispered nightmare. Something deep within the sea, a convergence of power and chaos, could defy probability itself. Now, oceanographers began to question everything they thought they knew about open water. Through advanced satellite radar, scientists began mapping strange anomalies, clusters of energy moving like invisible storms across global currents. The data showed interference patterns colliding with terrifying precision. These were the birthplaces of rogue waves, where chaos whispered creation. As researchers dug deeper, one theory emerged: constructive interference. When dozens, sometimes hundreds, of smaller waves collide, their energy merges for mere seconds to form a single colossal wall of water. A pulse of death, existing only long enough to destroy whatever lies before it. Terrifying truth. Rogue waves aren't rare, they're just rarely survived. Most ships that meet one simply vanish, their last moments lost to static and silence. For decades, insurance files were stamped with the same quiet phrase, "Vessel missing, cause unknown." Now, those causes had a name. The Queen Mary, a massive ocean liner weighing more than 80,000 tons, once met one mid-Atlantic. Witnesses described the wave as if the sky had fallen into the sea, a vertical wall blotting out the horizon. Only sheer luck kept the ship from being rolled into oblivion. Modern cargo giants, built stronger and taller, are not immune. In 2018, off the coast of South Africa, containers vanished mid-voyage, crushed and swept away by forces the vessel's sensors never even detected. Technology failed to warn them, not because it malfunctioned, but because the event was instantaneous. For submariners, the fear runs even deeper. Rogue waves can generate underwater pressure spikes that rupture holes hundreds of feet below. It isn't only the surface that suffers, the ocean transmits that violence down through layers of crushing silence. Even steel can scream, briefly. Wave tanks on land attempt to recreate these monsters, using computer-controlled arms to generate collisions of precise frequencies. Yet even these artificial giants lack the unpredictability of their ocean-born kin. In the controlled lab, there is containment; at sea, there is only surrender. Military archives whisper of lost surveillance ships and radar anomalies that correspond to rogue events. Some fleets even classify them under unsolved maritime incidents. When nature destroys without warning, it leaves no war, no crime, only empty coordinates floating in open sea. There's a terrifying possibility murmured among researchers, that climate change, shifting currents, and increasing ocean temperatures are making rogue waves more frequent. The sea may be growing angrier, more volatile. The balance that once kept these giants at bay may be eroding, tide by tide. Some scientists now refer to rogue waves as liquid earthquakes. Their energy rivals seismic activity, distorting light and sonar as they rise. They act as living tectonic faults within the water, an untraceable, unpreventable force emerging from a limitless abyss. Physics suggests a feedback loop, a self-reinforcing chaos. As global winds strengthen and currents collide, the odds of these giants increase. Once a mathematical rarity, now a growing threat. The ocean, reacting to imbalance, feverishly crafts monsters in its depths. For ships crossing the Southern Ocean, the most dangerous waters on Earth, rogue wave warnings are constant. Between Cape Horn and Antarctica, freezing winds whip waves into unpredictable fury. It's here, in the realm of perpetual storm, that humanity feels smallest. Satellite footage has begun to capture glimpses of their formation. A ripple becomes a wave becomes a wall. Within seconds, a mountain of water surges skyward, towering higher than a 10-story building. It moves like a creature awakening, then collapses with world-ending silence. There are stories from survivors that sound unreal. Captains describe skies turning black, pressure dropping, the ocean trembling with unnatural rhythm. Then the horizon bends, a rising abyss charging forward. Those who live to tell it often never sail again. Rogue wave doesn't warn, it doesn't roar, it whispers. The stillness before the strike is absolute, deceptive. Instruments pause, winds die, and then, a sound like everything breaking at once. The sea was calm, now it is war. The true horror lies in knowing these waves follow no seasonal rhythm, no reliable forecast. A calm day at sea can become a nightmare within moments. For coastlines facing an increasingly turbulent planet, the question isn't if, but when, the next rogue surge reaches land. Scientists now deploy experimental radar arrays and satellite constellations to predict interference patterns in real time. But the ocean rarely plays by our rules. Each model built to predict the impossible ends up chasing ghosts of data as another anomaly rises unseen. The ocean floor itself may be complicit. Ancient trenches and submerged ridges act like mirrors, amplifying waves that intersect overhead. The geometry of the deep becomes a hidden weapon, shaping these monsters in total darkness. The planet's bones aid their creation. In the blackness below, creatures sense the coming fury long before we do. Schools of fish vanish into abyssal depths, dolphins flee shorelines, and whales fall silent. The ocean knows what's coming. We hear it only when it arrives. Rogue waves leave no trace but ruin, fractured hulls, missing crewmen, satellite silence. No distress calls, only flotsam drifting under the moonlight. The survivors describe an emotion beyond terror, awe, as if witnessing the sea reclaim its sovereignty. These events stretch back centuries. Legends from Norway, Polynesia, and Japan all describe angry waves rising without warning. Ancient mariners prayed to gods of chaos for mercy. They did not name the phenomenon, because naming it would mean acknowledging its reality. Modern oceanographers, despite all calculation, admit humility. The sea is the planet's largest engine of entropy. Mathematics fails in its depths. Rogue waves remind us that nature still keeps secrets, unbounded by our equations or pride. Naval architects now redesign vessels, reinforcing hulls, lifting decks, and adjusting ballast to absorb uneven impacts. But even these precautions are chances, not guarantees. Against 100 tons of moving water, survival becomes a coin toss in slow motion. The terror intensifies at night. No moon, no horizon, only darkness merging with darker water. When the rogue rises under cover of shadow, the first warning is often too late, an eruption of salt and steel as the ocean claims everything above it. Some theories suggest magnetic anomalies trigger surface disturbances that lead to rogue amplification. Others blame shifting jet streams. Yet the ocean resists categorization, mocking our need for reason. In its silence, it conceals knowledge older than land. In labs and simulations, virtual rogue waves flash briefly on screens, digital imitations of something primal. Scientists can watch, measure, even reproduce them, but cannot comprehend the chaos driving their birth. The sea remains a living paradox of creation and destruction. Each year, more satellite data transfers to global monitoring centers, searching for rogue signatures across oceans in real time. Patterns emerge, fleeting, elusive, malevolent. The ocean speaks through anomalies, its language written in frequencies of wrath and secrecy. For those who dedicate their lives to studying the sea, rogue waves embody its purest truth, unpredictability. No matter our instruments or arrogance, the ocean reminds us it is not conquered. It sleeps violently, dreaming of storms to come. And as our climate destabilizes, temperatures climb, and atmospheric chaos spreads, the ocean will mirror that rage. We stand at the dawn of a new maritime reality, one where the waves grow higher, quicker, and infinitely more unpredictable. The rogue is no longer legend, it is prophecy. This is the terrifying reality of rogue waves, an unseen menace rising under tranquil skies, waiting for its next target. The silence before impact, the explosion that follows, and the void left behind. The ocean has memory, and sometimes, it remembers hunger.